Hello and welcome to another educational video about screen printing by Catspit Productions. Thanks a lot for clicking on my video today. I do appreciate your time and attention very much. It means a lot to me. And if you like what you see, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. It helps support the continued production of these free videos right here on YouTube. And if you need screen printing equipment or supplies, check out my offerings at catspitscreenprintsupply.com. So today is a quick tips video, just really quick. I wanted to mention this because we just did the video about fibrillation, and this is kind of an extension of that, and I could have lumped them together, but I've learned that making, freestanding videos about topics and mini topics is a little bit easier for you all to find the information that you're looking for. Okay, so today I just wanted to extend our discussion on fibrillation in that how can you improve print clarity, okay, or print resolution? So how can you make your prints look crisper, sharper edges, cleaner print, less fuzziness, more detail, that kind of stuff. And it really is kind of like very similar tips as we gave you in the fibrillation video. So let's quickly take a look at that. Once again, with increasing your print resolution or the print clarity or your print definition, the t-shirt itself can have a lot to do with that. The more gaping the knit is, the wider the knit is, like piqué knit or wide open knits of sorts, and the more fuzzy it is, the more textured it is, obviously the more difficult it will be to get those nice sharp edges. Okay, so like for instance, the Hanes Beefy Tee has a very, very fine, tight print knit surface. It's a really good printing surface, although it's a very heavy shirt. Okay, so with that in mind, again, just as with fibrillation, we need to try to get the print off in as few motions as possible. So you don't want to, again, flood on screen, go like this, and then this, and then, oh yeah, I'm gonna make sure to do it again. Or I've even seen some people go like this. Okay, all that kind of action is really gonna blur the heck out of it, and I'll show you this print, okay? It's gonna be horrible. So the idea is to get the print off in as few motions as possible. Okay, so now what happens when you notice that your print looks fuzzy and you wanna try to print differently? Say we just did that, we lift up the screen and we look at it, and we're gonna look at that print, but once we do that, how do we correct the problem? Okay, well, one of the first things you can do is to wipe the back of the screen with a dry rag. All right, so here's the shirt we just flooded out, and I think you can see that, look at how blurry it is here, and, here, and all in the text and everything. Very fuzzy, and even probably some fibrillation. If I could get a more close-up shot, you might be able to see the ink fibers are actually, I think, coming raised in here as well. So, so this is obviously not what you want, right? But anyway, so tips, once again, for proper print clarity and print resolution, tight screen, good squeegee, off contact, right? And we're gonna print the print in as few motions as possible. So flood, off palette, then do your print stroke, flood, off palette, and do your print stroke. And you want to try to do it in as few motions as possible and always moving in the same direction. So we flood off palette, okay, and then our print stroke is always in the same direction. Once in a while you might see a printer do a print stroke this way and then one this way. And I actually did that in one video just to compensate for a little bit of stencil drag. And usually you can't get away with that because it's going to cause stencil drag in both directions, and then that causes the print to be blurry, right? But once in a while it can work for certain things. So all I'm saying is that when you are trying to print the clearest, crispest, finest detail, you want to flood off palette, okay? Drop the screen and do your print stroke. And it's okay if you do, if you do a print stroke and then follow it up with a little clear stroke, you know what I'm saying? Like you striggled a little ink across, then you can just do a clear stroke, so that way, maybe it was 3 print passes, but whatever. The point is to reduce the amount of action and motion and stencil drag going in any direction on the screen. So let's take a quick look at that print, and you should notice the difference is night and day. Okay, so this is more how it's supposed to look, and it's much sharper. You can see in the letters, and never mind that little, the ink is wet, and I thought I used the heat gun a little bit, but I didn't get this, and I just smudged that, but with my finger. So never mind those smudges, it's wet ink. Okay, but seriously though, you can look at how different, you can see the lines between the jaws, the shapes are nice and crisp, the letters are crisp, the resolution in the text is just way better. So I think you get the picture, right? You can see that minimizing the amount of motion or action in the printing will result in a better print. And this is especially for manual printing, That's all I have for you today. I hope you enjoyed this video. I just wanted to break up those 2 topics into 2 videos because I think it's a little bit easier to access and probably a little bit easier to understand. So I hope you enjoyed today's video, and please remember to subscribe to my YouTube channel and check out catspitscreenprintsupply.com if you need screen printing equipment or supplies. Thanks a lot for watching, and we'll see you next time.